I want to give a huge thanks to PTCGO Store for sponsoring the channel. PTCGO Store is a great website where you can get codes for the Pokemon trading card game online at some of the best prices. Of course, now able to order Sword and Shield base set codes. You can use code CHIP5 at checkout to get 5% off your order, or click the link in my description below. Once again, that is code CHIP5 to get 5% off your order. Thanks, PTCGO Store. What is going on, guys? Chip here. Welcome back to another Pokemon TCG online video, where today we are going to be taking a look at one of the decks that I have really enjoyed playing a lot recently in the standard format. If you guys know me, you know that I have played a good amount of Malamar in the past throughout this season, and Malamar is no different right now to me. I feel like it's actually in a pretty solid spot in the standard meta. I've had a good time playing this online, and I would definitely recommend you guys check it out. So we're gonna go ahead and hop into things here and take a look at the deck, starting with the main squid itself, the main man here. And really why the deck works, and that is because of Malamar's Psychic Recharge ability. Once during your turn, before you attack, you may attach a Psychic Energy card from your discard pile to one of your benched Pokemon. So we're mostly going to be using this to power up a Giratina here with Shadow Impact, 130 damage, and then place 4 damage counters on one of our Pokemon. And then, of course, Distortion Door allows us to bring this back and utilize it over and over and over again, and also get extra damage in play by placing 1 damage counter on 2 of our opponent's benched Pokemon. Now, you may notice I'm only playing 1 Giratina right now, and I think that's honestly just fine. I have been okay with it. It does really stink the times that you prize it, but I wanted to play just the one in order to make room for the second copy of Mimikyu here with the Copycat attack. And Mimikyu is so good right now, especially with how popular ADP Zacian is, letting us just copy that attack, 230 damage, Brave Blade from Zacian, and just knocking it out right away. Of course, Zacian currently not resistant to Psychic like a lot of the Metal Pokemon from the past have been, now resistant to Grass since Poison Pokemon are, since Poison Pokemon are now Dark types. They kind of like just mixed up a lot of the resistances and stuff like that. So we are going to be able to take a one-hit KO by using Copycat, and even if they have a Metal Frying Pan, we can usually get that damage in place with something like a Spell Tag. Another big key part of the ADP Zacian matchup is going to be Latios-GX's Clear Vision GX. For the rest of this game, your opponent can't use any GX attacks. If we can get this off on our first attacking turn before they're able to use Altered Creation, I think the matchup is pretty solid for us from there. If we are unable to get off Clear Vision, the matchup's pretty bad for us. So it's really kind of just like, can we get to Clear Vision? If so, we should be able to close out the game. So let's just talk about some of the other Pokemon we've gotten here. Of course, for Jirachi with Stellar Wish, just the solid consistency Pokemon. You're going to see this played in a lot of decks, and for good reason, just letting us get that extra card draw, extra consistency. It's just going to always be good as long as it is around. We've also got the 1 copy of Mew, Bench Barrier, solid still. Psi Power can be a decent attack in certain scenarios. Of course, baby Blacephalon here with Fireworks Bomb, letting us put 4 damage counters on our opponent's Pokemon in any way we like, but if our opponent has exactly 3 prize cards remaining, we can place 12 damage counters on that instead. So we can almost always just guarantee that we'll get to that Fireworks Bomb turn, so we can always work it into our strategy to close out the game. And then in place of the Esper here, I have decided to try out the Cramorant V. I have actually been really liking this card right now with Spit Shot. Discard all energy from this Pokemon. This attack does 160 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon. So this will obviously snipe off the Denes. It can, you know, clean up other Pokemon as well for us that we have heavily damaged with spell tags and stuff like that. So I definitely am enjoying the Cramorant. So let's go ahead and expand it here. The rest of the stuff shouldn't be too much of a surprise for you. Basically, all the consistency cards we could play. We got the 4 Acro Bikes, 4 Treasure, 4 copies of Quick Ball, 4 Professor's Research, and 4 Cynthia. Also, of course, rocking the 4 Spell Tag. Spell Tag is just, honestly, one of the best cards in the deck. It lets us set up numbers around the board to be able to clean things up. That's, you know, huge with Baby Blacephalon, huge with the damage cap of Shadow Impact, and it really does just make up for those things. So with all that being said, other than that, I guess the tech cards would be like the one Lana's fishing rod. Getting back a spell tag can be okay if we have to discard one early. Also, of course, if we discard like a Malamar piece early, getting that back is nice. And then the one Great Catcher in order to gust something up, a common play. You know, if we're not able to have access to Cramorant, or if we want to just knock out 2 Dedenes through the course of a game, is we can knock out one with Spit Shot, and then we can also knock out another one by putting 3 damage counters on it with a spell tag, and then later on using Great Catcher to bring that Dedenne up and knock it out with Shadow Impact. So there we go. There is the list. The 2 Mimikyu, kind of the saucy thing in here. I definitely really like it. Of course, Mimikyu is from Guardians Rising, but it does have this promo artwork here, SM99, making it legal in the standard format currently. So yeah, there is Spell Tag Mally. Let's go ahead and hop over to the Versus ladder and see if we can't grab a couple of wins in today's video. As always, guys, if you enjoy these videos, please be sure to leave a like down below. Helps me know that you're enjoying seeing this content, and be sure to subscribe to see more Pokemon TCG videos. I looked at my YouTube analytics recently, and 66% of the people who watch my videos regularly are not subscribed to the channel. So if you're not subscribed, definitely click that button down there so that way you can get these in your subscription feed, these videos, whenever we post a new one. So yeah, I hope everyone has been, you know, enjoying the time, you know, potentially off work, depending on what the situation is for you, kind of relaxing and getting to play a little more Pokemon. I know it's kind of a weird situation in the world right now, but I hope everyone is dealing with things appropriately and that all is well for those who are out there watching right now. So, Bobinus here got a Mega Mewtwo Y coin, and we will choose to go first. And we get the Jirachi start, but other than that, this hand is pretty tough, honestly. Stellar Wish into a like Treasure or Quick Ball is going to be ideal, I think, here. Top deck Quick Ball, and then Treasure into another, and then Treasure, or Stellar Wish into another piece would be just so good. I think to start with, I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of a Psychic Energy and go get Inkay out now. This will get a card out of the deck to have our odds be higher to get a Treasure. We could have maybe gotten Mimikyu there to just attach to it, but looks like we do just find another Quick Ball. So now the hand goes from being pretty bad to honestly pretty solid. We're looking pretty good here. I'm actually going to go ahead and get rid of Research with this, because I want to be able to guarantee our attachment next turn. And I'm going to go ahead and bench the Cramorant V, because it's not in threat of like a Great Catcher or something like that. It has 200 HP, so I'm not worried about it getting sniped down by a Naganadel. But it is something that we can promote, that we can attach Escape Board to if Jirachi does get knocked out. And we are set up pretty well here to be able to potentially get off the turn 2 Shadow Impact. So we'll see if that's something we're able to make happen. They do get down Fione, so I think we'll have to push Cramorant V here if they do use that ability. Right away, Giant Hearth is the choice. They do need to discard Solgaleo in order to take a knockout on Jirachi this turn, or they need to Welder to attach another one and then discard one with Lava Flow. I think ideally they would really like to just Turbo Strike some energies onto another Mewtwo, but they've got no energies in discard. They've got no other Mewtwo. And of course, no Solgaleo in the discard either. So, yep, they're going to go ahead and hit us with the Whirlpool Suction. The issue here is that if we push Cramorant and they do have another energy, they can just knock it out with Lava Flow, but I'm honestly kind of okay with that, because that makes it so we have Jirachi in play still, and all we need to do is hit for 200, yeah. So, yeah, oh, they could Tag Purge, I guess, go slower and not discard their energy, but they might, I feel like they're going to just Lava Flow, discard the 3. No, it's going to be a Tag Purge. Interesting. I'm okay with this, I think. And we top deck a Cynthia. I think I'm just going to go ahead and research. We want to go aggressive here. Find all those pieces. We do get a skateboard, but we, unfortunately, with the Malamar, we have everything we need except for Malamar. So I'm going to go ahead and put Viridian down, get that out of here. Okay, so we could just go Escape Board, retreat into Jirachi. This could have been a decent turn to go for Beak Catch, I guess, but it's not where we're at. I think we're just going to go ahead and retreat this. We could Quick Ball away Quick Ball for another Jirachi to get down, and I like that thinning out another card, and that's probably what we'll want to promote if this active one gets knocked out. And it also gives us the option to push it if they do hit us with the Whirlpool Suction once again. And we do find a Professor's Research here. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and just take this. No reason to take Acro Bike or anything like that, and we will just click done. And yeah, we've got guaranteed Shadow Impact next turn. I guess something that is a little scary is that they can, you know, with the one Psychic here, they can go for Miraculous Duo on the next turn after knocking out Jirachi here. They actually, I guess their best way to knock out, yeah, I guess they can just tag Purge, what do I mean? And they do have the other Psychic, so tag Miraculous Duo is going to be an option for them, and that's probably what I'm expecting to see, honestly. I'm just going to go ahead and promote Cramorant here. We don't want to risk whiffing a switch out. Well, we did just get one. So I guess we should go ahead and utilize this while we can. So we'll go Stellar Wish. And go for the Acro Bike. Yeah, we'll just Acro Bike again. And there we go. We'll take the Malamar. And all we really want from here is going to be, let me see. Let's go ahead and do this. All we really want from here is going to be a spell tag. So we'll go ahead and switch. And I think we're going to load up 2 energies on Cramorant as well. We don't have spell tag yet. We can thin a little more here. Go get Mimikyu. It's a good option for next turn. And I guess we could Great Catcher here, but I don't love that. Discard the other Mimikyu. It's fine. Yes, and we got the spell tag, which is what we were digging for. And I'm going to go ahead and put 2 energies onto Cramorant. Because I am expecting them to likely want to go for a Miraculous Duo. I'm going to go ahead and just hit this guy. But, you know, what we can do here is just go ping this once and then Shadow Impact once again, counteracting the Miraculous Duo, so it really doesn't do that much, honestly. Still think we're in a totally fine spot. And, yep, there's a fire to the Latios, actually. So they must just have a pretty bad hand, honestly. They haven't done anything the past 2 turns now. Yeah, so if we just go ping 1 and then put the rest here, yep. So this will buy them the 1 turn, but other than that, doesn't do too much, because we still get to activate spell tag. We'll go 1 here. And no reason to do anything other than put 3 here, because we're going to do 270 to knock this out. Or 260, I should say. Hang on, I gotta let the dog out of the room in just a sec. And we get another spell tag as well. Perfect. So let's just go ahead and Stellar Wish. Perfect. Escape Board. So now we get to save the switch. Oops. Yeah, here we go. Go ahead and Distortion Door. Spell tag. And Cynthia. And we got the other energy. We had it in the deck with the Viridian anyway, so that didn't matter too much, but definitely in a good spot here. They can potentially get around the Fireworks Bomb turn, but I don't even think Fireworks Bomb is really going to matter here in this game. Honestly, I don't know how much it matters in the matchup, But yeah, let's go ahead and do that. And I will hit a Malamar. Let me let the dog out of the room. There we go. And we'll take 3 prizes. And my opponent's got to hope that that 1 prize they took last turn really bailed them out, because we know that they didn't really do too much, unfortunately. I wonder if maybe it would have been fine to just, like, never bench the Blacephalon. Ooh, I guess they could use their own Blacephalon. Yep. But they are down 2 Psychics. A lot of these decks are only playing 2 Psychics, so I'm not too worried about that, honestly. I guess it's not over yet. They do play 3 Psychic. Okay. He's got the 3rd Psychic energy, so he can go 8. Can't quite knock this out, at least, so that's good. But that does play around our own Fireworks Bomb turn. So it's a good thing I punched Malamar, I guess, as opposed to hitting Jirachi. So not over yet. Certainly not over yet. And let's see where this damage goes. I'm sure 8 is going here. And they'll have 4 left. So can't knock this out. It is just going to go ahead and stack it here, which is fine. That's not damage I'm that worried about. And the game should just be set up for us to be able to close things out as long as we are able to find a Great Catcher next turn. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, we could also just use our own Fireworks Bomb. But I don't think there's... Excuse me, man. Is there really too much of a reason to do that? We want to keep Spell Tag active, I think. Throw the Inkay down. I don't know that we really need to do that even, honestly. Let's just thin these things out that we don't want anymore. We'll hold this because we can find it off Viridian. We'll Viridian away Jirachi. Actually, I guess we do have another energy in the deck, so we can go ahead and attach this here. We'll be able to find this off of Viridian. I guess they could replace the Stadium, but we do have the other Inkay in play. We'll hold Switch because that's... actually... And we've only got 6 cards left in deck, so we guarantee it next turn if they don't stamp us. I'm trying to think what are their options to take. They've already GX, so even like if they played Espeon Deoxys, that's not an option for them. What are their ways to win the game here? Something that knocks out this plus the Giratina. I don't think they've got that. And we have game in hand because the Great Catcher is in the deck. We've already seen it. We know. So all we have to do is switch, and then we'll see all 5 cards because we'll draw one of these 6 for turn next turn. So that should be GG. Let's see. Of course, they can reset stamp. Limit us that way. We haven't seen any weak guard energies or Jirachi GX from our opponent yet. So they might just not have any real great answers for this matchup, to be honest. They're going to throw down a Mewtwo. There's a quick ball, so no reset stamp. I would imagine... I mean, we're several turns into the game, so they probably should have seen one by now. Ooh. 8, 9, 10. I guess that could lock us up for a turn. Oh, no, it's just poison. Yeah, okay, the GX is what paralyzes. So yeah, I really don't think we should be too worried here. And this is also weak to Psychic. I guess if they hadn't GX'd, we maybe would have to worry about burning magma, but we know they've already GX'd, so nothing to worry about too much there. They're going to Dead A change, double switch down Fion. I guess could have been an option for them. We probably would have just pushed the Blacephalon because we've got Switch plus Energy in hand. There's the Weak Guard Energy. I guess that's what they were looking for. I mean, they're playing to their outs, like, this doesn't get knocked out. Of course, if we don't have, and we can't take our last prize if we don't have Great Catcher, but we know that we've got Great Catcher. So, Cherish, probably just thinning something out. Did they prize their Solgaleo? We haven't seen that yet, and they haven't... Yeah, and they didn't get it there. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter. I guess they'd want that in hand to be able to Outrage next turn, potentially. If we do just hit the active. Oh, they don't even have, like, a good attack to copy. Yeah, because they don't have Turbo Strike. So they probably just have to pass with Jirachi active. Honestly. Yeah, they have no attack to copy. Literally cannot copy any of these attacks. They can copy Beast Raid and do 20 damage. No. 0 damage because this isn't even in play. But it doesn't matter. We know that we have Great Catcher regardless. All we need is this switch here. Even if they don't knock this out, we can switch into Great Catcher, or into Jirachi Stellar Wish, into the Great Catcher guaranteed. And that's GG. Is this a pass? This is questionable. Well, let's see it. This can definitely be the case with Malamar. A lot of times you're going to have pretty long and grindy games. I guess they can copy Outrage, so that does give them an option there. And we will just switch. Stellar Wish into the Great Catcher. If they had thrown down an Absol, we did have the energy left, so we kind of had outs to everything. And we will retreat. And Shadow Impact will clean up the game for us. And, yep, there's Research and Cynthia off the prizes. So we did that even with prizing several draw supporters. No problem at all here. And you kind of saw, I mean, that worked out pretty consistently. Our hand looked a little sketchy. We top deck Quick Ball, Stellar Wish into another Pokemon search option. And we were really just kind of good to go from there. So let's go ahead and grab another game here. And hopefully get ourselves another win. This one we found a bit faster, which is good. Tasty 23, Colorless, Fire, Dark, and Psychic. So, I guess it could be another Mewtwo deck. Is probably what I would be leaning towards. We do choose to go first again. This hand is a bit less workable. Of course, not starting Jirachi's always not the best. Okay, so it's probably going to be some sort of mill deck. Which this is actually just an auto loss. Pretty good cards to get there, though. So the problem... I mean, theoretically, we can win because we just spread damage until we... theoretically, you just, like, spread damage with Blacephalon and Mew and stuff like that until you eventually win. Theoretically. But the problem is that Belloba and Bryson Man has a second effect option where they can discard their bench. So it doesn't work. So I'm assuming, yep, it's going to be some sort of mill deck. I guess if it's more like Sanders' control deck, we can maybe make something happen. Maybe they aren't aware of Belloba Bryson Man's second effect. We're also not playing Espeon Deoxys, which isn't great. Yeah, so they'll just go ahead and they're going to go ahead and mill right away. So yeah, when you play this card, you may discard 3 other cards from your hand. If you do, each player discards their benched Pokemon until they have 3 benched Pokemon. Not great. So we could knock this out with Mew this turn, theoretically. I honestly think we will activate Surge if we do this, but I think our best option is to just, like, go in and start attacking. Like, no lie. We could just start spreading damage, but... I just don't know what's going to be best. These matchups are always so... So we could just, like, spread the damage. Maybe they don't realize the second effect really is kind of a thing. Because it's not a very used second effect, right? Or we could just go aggro and start trying to take knockouts. I think I'm going to try to take the spread approach and see if that can pay off for us. Alright, there's their first Minccino. A second Minccino. And a Lily's Pokédoll. Gonna go ahead and Bell Elba. They got rid of another Crushing Hammer. I love to see that. They have locked their bench, so they cannot use a Rangaroo unless they pop the Lily's Pokédoll back into the deck, so that's pretty good at least. And we're just gonna keep on going here. I'm gonna load up... I probably should spread it between the 2 Mincinos, honestly. Let's see. Discard 3 other cards from your hand. If you do, each player discards their benched Pokemon until they have 3 benched Pokemon. So, you can discard this and... I guess we want to put it onto the Mincinos pretty heavily. We want to try to set things up to where we're taking, you know, multiple prize turns. We don't play Reset Stamp or Marnie or anything like that either. I think our win condition here is going to be playing like our opponent does not know what this second effect does, and hoping that is enough for us to win the game. If they ever play Belloba and use the second effect, then we're just going to scoop. Go ahead. We also milled a Cynthia, which isn't great, because that's one of the ways we can put cards back. We do have a Lana's Fishing Rod, which is a way we can put 2 cards back once a Pokemon gets discarded. But I'm not confident in that. Maybe our best strat would have just been take the knockouts. I mean, this matchup is just bad. There's really no way around that. The matchup's just not good. I did play it at a League Cup recently. This is the strategy I tried, and then I got bodied by Belloba Bryson Man because I forgot about the second effect of the attack because it's not something you see that often. I mean, okay, here's a world. I guess something that could have happened, maybe they prized both of their air balloons, and they're unable to send Lily's Pokédoll back into the deck. That's a situation that could occur, theoretically. They prized both air balloons. They're unable to put Lily's Pokédoll back in the deck, and they're never able to resource management. I'm not very confident in that, but could happen. I mean, we do have Mimikyu to resource management back stuff, so we'll be able to do that if they ever do resource management. I guess that's what we should do. Cynthia Energy, something like that. What did he just get back the Muck? Yeah, so he plays 2 Muck. Or no, he shuffled it back with Ordinary Rod. Okay, so he's going to go ahead and do this. Kind of an interesting tech card. Does get rid of 2 switches. Not great. So this is a pretty interesting inclusion. And they're also playing a Grimer. So I guess Grimer's not a bad starter in this deck. It just lets you collect for free, draw some cards, which is all you really want to do at the beginning of the game. They're going to leave themselves with just 1 card in deck here. I don't have anything that random mills a card, I'm pretty sure. Oh, I have a win condition. Well, they probably have multiple Pal Pads in hand. They did attach here. What if we just Hypnosis this? And it stays asleep. And they don't have, like, a Pal Pad or something. This is probably just wrong. And they did stay asleep. Let's see. Does that... There's no way, right? They've definitely got, like, a Pal Pad. Gonna go ahead and mill 3. Pal Pad. Pal Pad? Maybe? They're taking their time. I mean, they never put an air balloon on this and just retreated into the Pokédoll, which they should have done, like, forever ago if they had it. Do they just lose? I'm so confused. Where are their Pal Pads? We haven't seen a single Pal Pad. This deck plays, like, 3 normally. And there's a second Ordinary Rod. So I knew we weren't out of it yet. Gonna put back 2 Chinchino. And that's it. They do wake up. Honestly, maybe we can win like this. Should go ahead and recharge onto the Mew. They're unable to retreat ever. Okay, but they do wake up. So I don't think they're playing like the custom catchers and stuff that Sander was playing. This is very much like normal. But they still need a Pal Pad this turn. They definitely have Pal Pad. I really should just be spreading and knowing that they can't. Yeah, I should be spreading. Yeah. They're gonna put back double Bell Elba, but I wonder if they'll. Yep, there's Air Balloon. Gonna go ahead and Delose Pokédoll. So there goes that win condition. Maybe we should have tried to cheese that win condition after all their stuff was down. But now all they have to do is put this back into the deck and then a Ringaroo. So that's not great. Oh, it's so funny. This would have shut down their Ditto too, but it was active. We should have maybe just been spreading this whole time. I mean, they will board lock themselves once they put a Ringaroo out, so we know that the Mewtwo shenanigans is not a threat, and they're never going to surge us because we're not going to take prizes for them to make that happen. I actually just discard their last Crushing Hammer, which I don't know if I agree with. Gotta be something better to discard than that. I guess they're not really concerned with what I'm doing here. There's Belloba, there's another Energy, and another Cynthia. All of our Cynthia's down. Yep, and here comes Resource Management. But we'll be able to use our own Resource Management here. It's really weird that he put this onto Alolan Muck. I don't really get that. We know he has a Ringaroo because he milled it early. So he has a Ringaroo. What is he doing? He doesn't want to give us resource management, I guess, if he doesn't have to. Which is fair. Boba. We can Poker Lily's, whatever, Lana's Rod back to good cards. I guess, yeah, he's just avoiding using a Ringaroo as long as he can, it looks like. Because he knows that we have Mimikyu. Why is this here? Okay. I guess Cramorant actually could be a pretty good card for us. Hadn't thought of that, to be honest. And then I think we're going to go here, here, twice. So I think they have to Oranguru this turn. They're down 2 rods. I guess they could have 3rd Palpad. Oh, they just have this as well. Yeah, that's it. All that work. Like I said, the matchup's just really not great. Maybe we shouldn't have gone for the Hypnosis and just kept trying to spread. Maybe we should have just gone aggro and tried to take knockouts, but that's just, like, never gonna work, because then they're just gonna push dolls, and I don't know, it's just kind of tough. We'll go ahead and try to grab one more. Actually, no, we're at 36, yeah. So that's a good, lengthy video there for you guys. Let me know what you guys think of Malamar right now. Like I said, I did not mean to do that, but like I said, I do enjoy this deck a lot currently in the standard format. Definitely give it a try. Deck lists, as always, are in the description of the video. And yeah, an oldie but a goodie still. Malamar is super solid. So leave a like if you enjoyed. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. That is going to do it for me. I'm going to get out of here, and until next time.